opportunity to connect. This weekend's TV options have turned the remote into the ultimate gift for some dads. There are others who are going to use sports to connect in a completely different and awe-inspiring way.
For Rick Van Beek, Sunday isn't just Father's Day, it is race day. The Grand Rapids, Michigan father of 3 competes in sprint triathlons, but it's never about winning. It's never about improving his time. In fact, it is never about him. It's about bringing joy to someone who lives in a world that for years he couldn't connect with until something unexpected happened. E60's Chris Connolly with his story.
Best stories in sports. This is an E60 feature presentation.
It's a Sunday morning in the Michigan summertime as Rick Van Beek of Grand Rapids gathers his family at the site of a sprint triathlon.
When we get done swimming, I want you right here to pull the kayak up on shore.
And once the race begins, 41-year-old Rick is in the water and on a bike. And then running. And he's not alone, because just as he's done since 2010, covering 15,000 miles over 5 summers, he's doing it all with one of his 3 children, his daughter Madison.
I hear it a lot where people say, Rick, you're such an inspiration for what you do for your daughter. But for me, the inspiration is the challenge that my daughter overcomes to do it. "15
years ago, in January of 1999, Madison Van Beek was just a few days old when her mother took out her camera.
We had a beautiful little girl named Madison Nicole, and she was perfectly fine.
She looked like a normal, healthy baby at that time. We had no knowledge of anything wrong with her until like 6 weeks.
During a checkup with her pediatrician, Madison's head measured smaller than normal. Her parents then took her to a neurologist who ran some tests.
Never met this guy. He walked in the room, flopped the CAT scans down on the desk and said, your daughter has CP and she will never be a normal person.
What's that moment like?
Like somebody rips your heart out of your chest.
CP, cerebral palsy, left much of Madison's brain unable to function, affecting both her motor skills and her cognitive ability. The Van Beeks were told that Maddie would never develop past the level of a 6-month-old. Day after day, Maddie's family hoped to connect with her.
Green frog, what do you see? I see a purple cat, what do you see?
I wanted somebody to play with me, but her not being able to was kind of hard.
But Maddie was unresponsive.
Hi, Madison. Hi, Madison. Thanks, sweetie pie and Daddy.
As she grew, so did her isolation. Doctors would tell the Van Beeks that Maddie is blind.
I don't want to say that she was a burden, but she held us back from doing a lot of things we wanted to do. We had a lifestyle that we were accustomed to, and we had to change our lifestyle.
Then in the fall of 2008, when Madison was 9, 2 women with a local charity offered to push her during the Grand Rapids Marathon. Rick's wife said yes.
I wasn't at all happy about going, but my wife dragged me down there.
Why were you so against it?
Because there was no reason for me to believe that would be something that Madison would enjoy. Throwing her in this cart and you're expecting her to enjoy 5 hours of sitting in this cart? I thought it was ridiculous.
The race started, and as he watched his daughter taking part, Rick saw something unexpected.
She had this great big smile on her face rounding the corner, and wait, I don't see that at home. And she went by, and I was like, holy cow.
He's like, well, that's the last time these ladies are going to push my daughter. I can do it myself.
The start of 2009 brought something else unexpected.
I started training on the 2nd of January. I couldn't make it up a flight of stairs without losing my breath because I smoked 2 packs a day.
He could eat a whole pack of hot dogs and a bag of chips by himself at one sitting.
I quit smoking, and it took me till May to even think about running 3 miles.
He wasn't as in a bad mood all the time. He was ready for the future to see what they could do together.
Good smile, man. Good smile.
May 10th, 2009 saw Rick and Maddie do their first race together, a 5K. The following year, they completed their first sprint triathlon.
It was awesome to see the excitement on his face and her face.
Since 2010, Team Maddie gets to an average of 15 sprint triathlons each summer. Each race starting in the water. Rick and Maddie get a head start on other competitors. Father in front, daughter floating behind him in a kayak for a swim as long as 750 meters. Then father and daughter head to the next stage.
One of my favorite parts is holding my daughter. One of the hardest parts, but one of the most gratifying, because she's right here. I can see that she's happy.
Next up, the bike. For 20 kilometers, Rick pulls Maddie in a small cart he built just for her.
She enjoys the crowd. But now they're yelling, "Go Maddie," and "Good job, Maddie." Now I'm a proud dad that my daughter is getting recognition for what she's doing. Here we go.
Finally, for the 5K run, Rick pushes her, one stride at a time.
Good job, Maddie. Hey, thanks, buddy. Nice job. Thank you.
The idea isn't to get a better time than last week's. It's all for Maddie to smile, to laugh, to feel the wind on her face and the bumps in the road.
How you doing, girl? I think I see love. I know I see happiness. As I run with her, I can see her in that cart, and I can tell that she really, really enjoys it. I think she knew she was a big star tonight. Didn't you, Maddie?
On September 15th, 2013, at Belle Isle, in Team Maddie's last sprint triathlon of the season, father and daughter completed their 100th race together.
Nice job. All right? Are you emotional?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
Every time I cross the finish line, it's like the first time.
What's the next thing you would like for her?
You mean that I dream of for her, or that is physically possible?
Let's hear the dream.
For her to be able to run a race with me, side by side. That, or guess more so than that, I would love for Maddie to be able to come to the dinner table and say to Mom, Rachel, Hunter, and me, I love you. That would be, that's number one on my list.
Such a nice big sister.
Maddie's arrival 15 years ago brought joy. Her diagnosis brought despair. Now, on the water and the wheels, Rick and Maddie have connected as never before. Each Sunday in the summertime, this daughter gives her father so much more than he ever expected.
I've asked myself hundreds of times, why is Madison like this? And the only answer I can come up with is that Madison is like this to make us all better people. Madison has been the biggest gift in our life.
Maddie and Rick are planning on running the Michigan Motor City Triathlon tomorrow. It'll be their first of the season. Most of this run and ride courses are actually used for the Detroit Grand Prix as well. It's beautiful scenery there. We wish Rick and all the other dads who are competing a very happy Father's Day. And coming up here on